Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the finest Dawn of War Ultimate Apocalypse casts this side of East Yorkshire. And today I've got a 3 versus 3 on Trivian Groves. Playing on Team 2 as the Eldar, we've got Catgal, we've also got Blank as the Eldar, and rounding off the team we've got Yarnum Hunter as the Chaos Space Marines. The opposing team on Team 1, we've got Psychod also as the Chaos Space Marines, we've got Stranger as the Chaos Demons, and we have got Martin as the Imperial Guard. I do believe that everyone has gone random this game, so whether people are playing their main faction or whether they're playing something that are unfamiliar is yet to be seen, but certainly a good game all around. Don't think we've done Trivian Groves before because it's just an absolutely bonkers map, so if you look at how people start, obviously Eldar in the middle, they get 3 natural ones. Over here, these guys get 2, and then this dude over here also gets 2, but like, if you, so to get 3, like, I mean, you'd have to go all the way over here and I mean, just look at this strategic point layout. Like, there's 4 out here. There's, I mean, 4 out here. There's relics all across the map, opposite sides on here, as well as 1 outside each person's main little grove on this side over here. And then a relic right over there, and right over there. But if you was playing as the Eldar, for example, like, look at the minimap now. You can see the relic down there. If you play as the Eldar, well, isn't that just a bit of a pain in the ass, a bit of a UI mismanagement stuff, so hey ho. Anyway, we're going to see the Chaos Demons. They're going to go straight into the middle and capture these strategic points. There's 1 either side of the critical location in the middle. We've got no critical location victories on, so that's yeah, no worries about that. But critical locations always give you wonderful bits and bobs in the form of vision and stuff, so got to keep your mind on that. No one's going for these relics at the moment, considering that there's just 1,000,000 points to capture. That does mean that big economies are available for players. Just takes them a while to physically get out and grab them. So double Eldar on one side and Chaos on this side. I mean, Eldar, I mean, they've got their fleet of foot, so their map presence on a large map like this should be quite decent. Also negative cover, snaking their way across the map, though all these trenches are considered to be negative cover. I don't think we've got any heavy cover on the map, but let me just, rather than using the arrows, let me slink away, or slink across the map with the old mini-map trick. Give it a bit more of a cinematic dynamic flair. Got a bike going on down here ready to assault anyone. But yeah, at the moment, no major aggression on this side. What we've double Dark Eldar. We've got Chaos Demons. They teleport around. Imperial Guard, we've seen them before. They can hold the line quite nicely with all their structures. Got Imperial Conscripts going over here. They're not going to push too far forward. They're going to rely on their team in the middle to take advantage of that using their blue horrors. And they're going to keep whatever Eldari beasties back. Seeing those tank traps up and at them. As the Eldar Guardian Defenders push forward, they will spot the Conscripts. And the Conscripts won't win, but it seems like they've been spread out a little bit just so they can get some vision and see which angle or direction the Eldar will be acting. Down over here, we are seeing cultists. Because, oh my goodness, we're meant to be on the same side, Chaos Demons, but no. Demons will eat anyone indiscriminately. And these guys, yep, even in close combat, can absolutely smush those cultists with their ape-like arms. And then probably do some capping round over on this side. Imperial Guard, they have caught all the stuff over here, so their economy is going to be quite tasty in the near future. And 3 Guardian Defenders, even though they're up against conscripts, they're still quite fragile, so you've got to be careful with them. Throwing a grenade over that, and good lord, look at that. Nearly the entire squad dying, leaving lots of lasagna on the floor there. Dire Avengers, quite a lethal unit against a softly armoured infantry. Guys over here, though, not having the same kind of vibe. They are going to be mauled to death. Quick, sharpish. But thankfully, through the jungles, a listening shrine is able to shoot at them. They haven't quite gone for their relic over here as of yet. In fact, no one's got... Oh, never mind. Demons don't have a flag, so it confused me for a brief second then. So over here, the firefight between the Dire Avengers and the Imperial Conscripts are going forward. I imagine mine's probably taking... Yeah, you've got into your tier 2s already, so not investing too much in their troops, keeping with those conscripts so they can go up in the tech department. Chaos on chaos action. We've seen it before. It all comes down to a skill... Well, skill difference, I would say, in a mirror match. After all, what other way can it really be? Triple blue horrors down here. Howling Banshees blank. Now, you know, I always appreciate a player who uses Howling Banshees. In Ultimate Apocalypse, they are quite lethal. But against all these demons on their own, probably not the way forward. Guardians are going to fall back. So not Guardians, the Dire Avengers, they're going to fall back. Opening fire on these dudes. I can see some Rangers. Good option for breaking the morale on these guys. I can break the morale. They do start losing health. I do believe Southern Chaos Demons, not Chaos Demons, sorry, Chaos Space Marines, building up a defensive line over on this side as, what's your name, while Psycherd capture this relic and strategic point over here.
What is it you
The Avengers going to rush forward. They're brave. Throwing a grenade. Not having the same kind of damage, though. They are able to bounce straight back. It's not like the conscripts. Just died straight away. That's a solid line of demons. Howling Banshee going to run forward. They've been upgraded so they can jump. Do all the slicey dicey things. Quite lethal ladies. Much more viable than the Soulstorm or Unification variants, I do have to say. And this lady, she's got 2 swords. How cool is that? I mean, not to be underestimated. These guys are going to keep their distance just a bit. I mean, they've killed some stuff. They don't need to commit too much. The Imperial Guard is now pushing forward some heavy weapons teams. Be killing the listing shrines. In fact, good lord, that's just 4. That's an incorrigible amount of heavy weapons teams. But a nice forward infantry command here also allows people to teleport around should they require for defensive reasons. Over on this side, we've got Psycherd going toe-to-toe with Yharnam Hunter. Yharnam is going to attempt to capture this critical location, but will fall back after getting 1 extra friend for his Raptors. But neither Chaos Space Marine player, getting an advantage on this side. I mean, Psycherd has got the points. He hasn't built them up yet. We are now seeing a Hell Talon from Yharnam Hunter moving forward. Are you in tier 2, Mr. Psycherd? You are, question mark? You are. You've got the bands, so yeah, you are in tier 2. But no vehicle stuff going on at the moment. We'll just come in and start doing some harassment. So it seems like Psycho was a little bit behind in the tech tree. I do love these blooming Infernal Lab things. But Burnsinger will try and slice it down, which is good. It's a good, proper way to go about things. Storm Guardians with their chain swords. We've got 1 chain sword there, regular swords for everyone else. But they'll bash down the heavy weapons teams quite quick, sharpish. And the heavy weapons teams actually, whether they're being assaulted but in close combat or at ranged, even though they've got sandbags, they're not very durable. Only 600 health, very low armor. Howling Banshees just jump in, slaying everyone where they stand, and just the amount of dead bodies being left here is quite impressive. Got a line of blue horrors here, acting as a barrier, as well as a lesser demon portal for quick reinforcement. And what's going on with the economy as well? Everything's a little bit calm. We have got, hold on, we've got 133 and 50, 259 and 156 and 189 and 79 compared to 140 and 79, 153 and 40 and 108 and 100. So, demons, can you just stop talking to me, please? Thank you. Good lord. Felt like I was being possessed by some sort of warp entity. That's not a vibe. Oh, I've got a machine pit down here. So, Yharnam Hunter's got both the aircrafts at the moment. Nothing is coming from this machine pit from Psycherd at the moment. But yeah, the economies seem a little bit in favour of the northern team. Well, the Never East, the eastern team. That's fine. Guardian Fence moving forward. We've got double Howling Banshees. Well, 1 Howling Banshee has only 2 models. Got Pink Horrors ready to do some damage against any vehicles incoming. So a very Zinchian build from Stranger in the middle here. Hell Talons falling back, trying to avoid the Havoc Marines with their missile launchers. But the heavy bottle turrets are slow but surely encroaching over onto this side. Yharnam Hunter has got this critical location. So his vision should be, yeah, that's actually quite some serious additional vision for defensive reasons. Going to go for the economy of Psycherd. Horror's going to be doing the same over here, trying to get into like a good position where they can fire out of this listing shrine, but not quite able to get there. These blue horrors losing the morale. Now we do have a Farseer coming out. Wonder if she's got a big Eldritch Storm ability. That'd be amazing against these largely spaced out units. Got some, oh, what you are a blue horror? Oh, you've joined the blue horrors, but you are a Herald of Zinch. Flying in on his hoverboard. And slices and dices from the Howling Banshees, pushing these guys back. Now 2 squads have got their health broken. Well, the morale broken, sorry. Look how quickly their health suddenly like starts to vanish. Do have a Falcon Grav tank for repositioning people and some D cannons on these Die Avengers. One really awesome thing that the Die Avengers have is access to a Shuriken Cannon Grav platform, D Cannon Grav platform, and a Bright Lance. So in their tier 2s and 3s, they're able to really be very flexible, responding against any kind of thing coming on. And these demons are getting pushed all the way back. Over onto this side, Yarnum Hunter's brought a Chaos Vindicator, amazing at smashing up infantry. Well, maybe not as amazing at smashing up infantry that's knocking on his doorstep. I mean, can he attack things that are close to him? I don't think he can. I think there's a minimum range that he requires. So he will have to fall back. We've got an extra one over here. Rubik Marines for Psycherd. Quite sturdy beasts, but they are quite slow as well. And what I'm not sure what they're going to do in this situation, but they're brave, gosh darn it. Got a lot of morale as well. So not totally immune from morale damage, but it does take a while to break them. They've been killed all the same. We are seeing a Hell Talent now from Psycherd, seeing if he can at least mitigate the aerial superiority that Yarnum has brought to the table. Blue Horror's now going to push down over onto this side, maybe getting a flanking manoeuvre on the Force of Chaos, but they see the Eldar coming forward. Only Pink Horrors over here at the moment with one singular Blue Horror squad. Pink Horrors will try and focus on the Falcon Grav tank. Lots of exploding bits coming from both sides here, really. AoE damaged and all the time. Over on this side, we do have the Imperial Guard now pushing over onto the onto Blank's stuff, using that Imperial long-range scanner to get additional vision. I do believe both... Is this just Catgirl? It's just Catgirl. Independent woman doing it for herself. In fact, oh, she's also over here helping defend over this. So what are you doing, Blank? Are you just taking up? Oh, you're the one building up how the Howling Banshees. Right, okay. That makes sense. The Howling Banshee Dire Avenger Wombo combo was working, but the sheer amount Blue Horrors over here is certainly pushing them back, and with the Imperial Guard ever on the doorstep, ready to do some flanking shenanigans, the Eldar are going to be struggling as they go forward, but Yarnum Hunter over here really, you know, smacking tits around. We've got the Chaos Sorcerer Lord out with his, oh, what are they called? The sickle? What the Egyptians used to stab people with. I know there's a posh word for their sword. I know there's some history buffs in the comments. Please let me know what the Egyptian swords were called, because, I mean, just look at that. Cool as heck, gosh darn it. They're engaging those Havoc Marines in close combat. Chaos Vindicator doing what it can against these Havoc Marines. Havoc Marines have been brought down to very low health, but we've got two. In fact, we've got three separate squads over here. And one Chaos Vindicator has gone down, but one is still alive for the good times. Everyone's this side. The Eldar decide to turn around to scare away the Imperial Guard. Heavy weapons teams falling foul to the close combat capabilities of the Howling Banshees. And the conscripts over here are going to make a quick dash away. There is a Psyker in their ranks, but the Farseer is going to see if she can do some mischief to them as well. Over onto this side, the Blue Horrors are going in for flanking manoeuvre. Chaos Vindicator breaking the morale of the Horrors, but with so many Pink Horrors about, I want to pull him back, but no time for that. He's now brown bread. Force of Zinch. I mean, there's a very Zinch-themed game going on so far. The Blue Horrors have managed to absolutely decimate Yarnum's defences here. 2 versus 1, a good pincer manoeuvre there. Yarnum is now going to stand for like a last stand on this hill. It's like Hill 51. That's where he'll make his last stand. Chaos Vindicators still coming out of the machine pits. And lots of plasma generators over onto this side. Seems that, I don't know whether there was like some sort of assault going on, but it looks like as if Yarnum Hunter has lost a good chunk of his plasma generator, so he's going to have to rebuild all that stuff, as there's just demons running amok inside his base. And there's no one here to defend him. He's got some renegades. So in Chaos, in playing as the Chaos Space Marines in Ultimate Apocalypse, you can decide to swap out your cultist for renegades, which are basically like, I don't know, I suppose they're like Imperial Guardsmen, but like a little bit better. You can equip them with a Mortar, if you so wish. Well, that looks like an autocannon to me. Devs of the game, core blimey. They're gonna do their best. If they can keep these guys on the front line and keep the Chaos Vindicators on the back lines, they should do an alright damage. Got a Nightwing in the ranks, good against infantry, will melt through the Chaos Demons. Should be able to stay alive, very fragile there. Has to stay away It goes down. Psycho is bringing down a big, beefy Chaos Dreadnought. Have you got a mace in your hand? No, you don't. Sorry, I'm clearly I'm seeing things. So ever since that Demon Hunters game on Unification the other day, where the Grey Knight's Dreadnought had a sword in his hand, which was really cool. Cargill's brought down some Warp Spiders, but 3 Warp Spiders against the sheer amount of demony squiggly things ain't great for them. 2 Renegades, best friends forever, but how much longer, don't know, dear oh dear. Spending eternity together in the warp. We are seeing a Hornet as well. Against Titans, vehicles, and morale. And morale is what you need against these guys. Anti-morale stuff is the king for anti-demon stuff. I'm going to see some squad caps, vehicle caps, and a mark of Chaos Khorne. Khorne to smack around the bucknerds, I imagine. Over on this side, Imperial Guard are standing the ground. They have got their Cascans out. A lot more durable, a lot more stable than the regular, fully qualified guardsmen. Or the conscripts. Dark Reaper's firing away, but their fleet of foot is on, so their overall DPS is not going to be amazing. And the Howling Banshees are being forced back. One lonely Howling Banshee over here, not surviving the mass of firepower coming through from the Sentinel Scoutwalkers with their plasma cannons. Demon push is continuing over onto this side. Double Warp Spiders now going to Sumi backed up with some Havoc Marines. And I mean, that's the one problem with the Blue Horrors and Pink Horrors. They're amazing once you get them massed up in ranged. But like, once you throw in some artillery, once you throw in like a solid front line, I mean, they're not flexible is what I'm trying to say. Without the mass, they won't get past, so they're probably all going to die. But I mean, they've had a good run. Units in Ultimate Apocalypse as well don't tend to scale all that much. So what's going to want in tier 1, 2 and 3 will naturally fade away into the tiers 4, 5 and 6. Out of 6 tiers? Question mark? Well, I mean, there's 5 in this, but you know what I mean. We're technically starting tier 0. I know I mentioned that every game, but I will keep on mentioning it until it's fixed because it confuses the living heck out of me. Double Dark Reapers over here, the old Joe Biden combo. Won't do much against these Scout Sentinels. But the Swooping Hawks don't seem to have done all that much, to be fair. But against triple plasma cannons, there's not much you can really do as a fragile Swooping Hawk. Demon's still knocking around. I see a Chaos Predator as well. If they could focus down the Pink Horrors, that will give the Predator free reign to maneuver around. We're seeing a Hellsmith as well, which will be able to repair this guy massively out. Repairing the DPS being brought in. Warspiders are teleporting about. Getting some good shooty bits in. Havoc Marines for Psycherd over on this side going to... I mean, he's basically destroyed a lot of the economy. Significant amount of economy. In fact, what's Yharnam Hunter? Oh, we're looking at Yharnam Hunter now. I mean, his economy isn't bad. All things considered, he's doing alright. Imperial Guard have managed to break through the, well, should I say, counter-assault the Eldar push. Oh, we're seeing people flags. That's cool. I like a good standard bearer. Always feel sorry for him. It's like, oh my goodness, all the friends are firing. We need more firepower. Sorry, sir, I can't fire. I'm holding a really big cloth. Which is fine, because, you know, standard bearers is what you need to inspire the masses. Chaos Sorcerer Lord holding the line on his own. He won't survive this. But he looks cool while doing it. Come at me, bro. What else have you got? And he's just thrown over the Hellsmith's shoulder. There we go. The difference between a book nerd and a mechanic. Both are academics, but they can never be friends. That's how it works. One's a man of theory, one's a man of practicality. And these Scout Sentinel Walkers have been a really good investment, I'd say. Struggling against the Hornet, but the Hornet is also going to struggle against all of this. Artillery for the Eldar, the Night Spinners have been turned over onto this side. And now we are seeing Blank with his own kind of fighting forces. Double Warp Spiders in the mix. And do believe that the Imperial Guard have jumped inside the Chimera and are going to run away as best they can. But Sentinel Scout Walkers have been taken down. And the push from the northern side has been beaten back. Take a sigh of relaxation, I suppose. But now we've got just a massive Pink Horrors down on this side, as well as some Shadow Fiends. You have gone for a bunch of Red Horrors, which are the explosive Anti-vehicle? Anti-infantry? Well, the one of the two. AoE damage, if memory serves. Current economies at the moment, while everyone's calm, is... Oh, let me get on the right side of things. 226 and 156, 152 and 186, and 132 and 61 compared to 226, 141, 418 and 485, or 35, sorry, and 328 and 234. Good lord, so the economy is firmly in the favour of the northern side, but they have spent a lot of their money on pushing forward, and I suppose if we look at the flirt for a lot of players, the flirt isn't amazing on the southern side, but it is enough to be able to maybe forget about stuff. I mean, the Imperial Guard, they're not worried about money at all, are they? They're going to be cruising and bruising all day long. I mean, that's retirement money right there. Ready to... You could probably buy, I don't know, at least like 5 Bitcoin, I think. Is Bitcoin still expensive? Is the market still good for that? Don't take advantage of financial advice from me. Don't invest in anything. Save your money. Spend it all on the Patreon. Links in the description. £1 a month gets you one extra game a week. The Imperial Guard can certainly afford at least a month subscription. Maybe even a couple. That kind of cash. Not sure how inflation works in the future. Whether it's progressed or regressed. Or whether the economy is even a thing. I know that credits are a thing, but... Oh god, what's the Imperial currency? Oh, I've completely forgotten what it's called. It's not the Imperial tithe. That's going to annoy me as well. Tell me again in the comments what the Imperial currency is. The Terror coin? Warp coin? That's going to really annoy me. Anyway, the Eldar are pushing forward. We've got Fire Dragons northern side, focusing on the infantry commands. We have got artillery, pumping out some good stuff towards these Casicans. Got some Imperial conscripts in the middle, still with their priest, or at least they were there, but they're all dead now. It's a sad time for these guys. Pink Horse are going to move over onto this side. They're not going to do all that much against these guys. Look at this night spinner. That is not where you want to be, artillery man. You're probably chasing after someone. Maybe it was a case of the dudes went into a field command and now he went on his own kind of mission. But that is a significant amount of pink horrors. With no vehicles to go for, but even then, just the sheer mass of their damage output should be enough to do some serious damage. There's a possessed marines chasing around these Wraith Lords. Predators on Predator action. It's Chaos Sorcerer Lord back online as well against a regular... Oh, we've got a Chaos Sorcerer Lord and just a regular Chaos Sorcerer. Working in tandem, you love to see it. Double Wraith Lords just punching these possessed marines in the face, but they don't care. They're totally fine with it. Having marines standing in the Chaos Corrupted area, brought forward by the Chaos Sorcerers. Not sure if Yarnum Hunter committed to the Mark of Chaos Corn, or whether his HQ was destroyed before he researched it, but hey, good lord, this... I do apologise, the frame rate will be struggling. It's just for every single model, and just the way they move as well is really squiggly. So I think that has an effect on the frame rate here. We are going to see just a blooming Baneblade being popped down. Or I think it's a Baneblade. It's a Stormblade instead, which got a huge blooming plasma cannon on the front. So I think it's a plasma cannon. I'm about to find out once he's able to do a 3.1 turn. Clearly he's got a woman driver. Way! Nah. I don't believe that. Not for a second. But that is quite a large plasma cannon. Oh! That's dangerous. That's dangerous, as some would say. Double Chaos Predators moving forward with the assistance of the Wraith Lord. Psycherd doing a really good job with the back and forth. Has been struggling, but he's at least bought time for these guys to push a little bit forward. And now, I imagine, Stranger's now going to bring all his horrors after saving the front lines over here to now go all the way down here and do exactly the same. So anyone, at the moment we've seen no pings on the mini-map, so no one's gone for any superstructures. So no threat of any significant blooming nuclear weapons on the go. And I've also no stupidly large buildings neither, so I assume that Titans are not on the way as of yet. Let's have some down here. Question mark? Any knocking around? Oh yes, we've got the Void Spinner Super Heavy on the way. And you're all invisible. I assume you've got similar situations going on. Yep, you've got support. No, that's not a support pole. That is a support pole, but a regular sized one. as opposed to the heavy support portal. God, that was confusing. Got a Great Demon Prince of Chaos Undivided, I imagine. Not gone for a Zinchian one. Gone for the regular Smegula. And he's going to come in, bash some guys around the face, giving them a good old backhand. Imperial Guard over here is also pushing forward with their Stormblade. Got some very mobile heavy weapon support teams. They've gone for double las cannons, so any vehicles on their way going to be a serious issue. Stormblades take out the infantry, las cannons take out the blooming, what should we call them, vehicles. That's pretty good, and that's too much. That is just an incorrigible amount of demons. I mean, how many... Right, if that's 8 per squad... What? Let's do a rough guesstimation. 8, 16, 24, 32... 40, 48, 56, 64... So, yeah, lots. And they're relatively cheap as well. I mean, their reinforcement rate is about 65, which in normal money is not much, but in Ultimate Apocalypse money, when the economy's on the go, that's cheap as chips. You can keep them alive all day long. The Stormblade's struggling from being punched to death by all these walkers. And now we're going to see that the spindly legs of these war walkers continue forward. And the artillery getting some good stuff. Oh, and I mean, we haven't seen you before. But firing their cotton candy across the battlefield. Explosive. Ooh, that's a sign that a Chaos Demon's doing something. Ah, Lord of Change, you're doing some nonsense. So you're basically slowing everyone else down. I think that slows everyone down. That slows all the enemy down, right, okay. And then there's 3 of you, and I think one of you's fake. Or do you all do damage? Seems like you all do damage to me. Okay, fair enough, well. There you go. Murdering everyone as you go. That's quite a strong ability, isn't it? So it does look like Yharnam Hunter's forces have been murderized. By the sounds of it. Demon Pit has been killed, or is about to be killed. Annihilate the enemy, tier 3. For these dudes over here, we do have some boys in the aspect portal. And I mean, on the northern side, it looks pretty alright. But no, it seems like the entire southern side doesn't really have an army at the moment. I'm going to move the War Walkers down here. Chaos Predator on its way out. Yharnam Hunter soon to feel the full might of Chaos Undivided and Zinch. Surely, right, surely they can't all do damage. That'd just be too much. But I suppose it is Ultimate Apocalypse. So, like, you can't... I mean, the game's not broken because everything is broken. That's a general philosophy from my understanding. If everyone's equally unbroken, then it should be alright. Unless they're all just separate... Unless he just bought 3 different Lords of Change. That might be it. That's me thinking, oh, we're going to Avatar Kane versus Demon Lord. He's going to engage in combat while we get drowned in WKD Lightning Blue. The Avatar is not winning this situation. He's been pummeled by the Greater Demon Prince. It's a sad time for him. But maybe with some firing support from everyone else, he should be alright. Potentially, maybe. No. He's not living, is he? He's about to be... or seeing all his lads being... thrown around. A discarded Christmas wrapping. On the 25th of December morning. It was a good effort from the southern team, do have to say it. They did some really good pushes on the northern side and southern side. Never really pushed too far into the middle there. That's been strangers for the most of the game, so that's where some additional economy is coming. Oh, a super platform Uber turret. Yharnam has been killed. Nevermore, evermore. But yeah, I do believe that the northeastern team, they were able to hold on to larger sections of the map for longer, which was pretty gnarly. Well, we love a good last stand. here on the official Mr. Landshark channel. Wraithguard will hold the line. Do what they can. Fire Dragons. Got no vehicles to really fire at. Well, we've got a fourth. Yeah, it must be that you can just recruit multiple Laws of Change. I thought you could only really recruit one, but clearly not. Clearly, the way forward is just to go mass demon. You've got all your little uns. Get your big uns. Cat Girl been sent to the Shadow Realm. One pigeon at a time. So it does seem that Blank here is going to set up for his last stand. We've got Wraithguard with triple Shadow Weaver cannons. Couple of Warp Spiders. Hoping that maybe the infiltration that his... or what do we call them? His Webway Gates can afford him might buy him some time. Even the Statue of the Avatar Arcane isn't going to hold it very well. And oh dear. Lords of Change. Infiltration detection. Murder everyone. Catgirl's been killed. Rip in the chat. And it's just... it's like Hull Fair. The discos are on. You can... It's a carnival, a masquerade of violence and chaotic energies. Sent straight to Slaaneshi's Pleasure Palace in the most fetid and turbulent areas of the Eye of Terror. It's been a good game. Thank you ever so much for sending it in, guys. I'll tell you what I'm going to do is, because it's been asked for quite some time, I'm not going to do this often, but I'm going to show you the blooming, what do we call it? The end card thing. Right, there you go, Continuing Sanctum. I've seen you in the comments. You get this once, and once only, because I can never be bothered to do this. But here's the overview. Here is the military. I've no idea. I mean, Catgirl killed the most, so well done her. Psycho lost the least, even though he was in constant engagement, so well done. Resources, Stranger had loads. Yarnum had contributed quite a lot. And technology. Do with that information what you will. Good night and God bless.